Hi, this is Monica from the Bright Bible. Have you ever considered renting a U-Haul just to pack up your whole craft room and take it on the go with you? I'm sure if your family is anything like mine, you're always on the move and finding it hard for time to sit with your Bible and journal. But let's not get ridiculous. Instead, tune in for this video on the basics of Bible journaling on the go. First up, the perfect carry-all. These days, you can find storage containers just about anywhere, but this one was great with the big compartment in the center, lots of different pockets as you can see here around the edges, a Velcro shut, and also a handle for carrying. Next up, small paper booklets. I don't know about you, but I love scrapbooking paper. The designs, the patterns, the possibilities are endless. But as a journaler, we don't often need the full-size pieces of paper to do the work we're looking for. Instead, consider these 6x6-inch pads that come fully stocked with many designs, sometimes even offering cutouts, which are great for tip-ins, but I also like to create tabs out of them as well. Alphabet stickers are great for journaling. I love watching for alphabet stickers to go on sale. It doesn't really matter which ones you get as long as you have a variety. That way, each time you approach a page, you can dig through your stock and find just the perfect size and shape and style for the page you're creating. Do you know how to make an inexpensive, perfect size craft mat? The craft mat you see here was created from a plastic folder. That's right, a 2-pocket folder cut in half twice. This is the perfect size for on the go. Don't forget about your colored gelatos. They are so versatile. Remember that craft mat I talked to you about? Well, it's the perfect workspace when dealing with gelatos. It can get quite messy taking paint with you, but these little guys can be used on your craft mat. They can be used dry with a sponge or wet with a Waterbrush. Both of those items I'll show you in a bit. Waterbrush, you say? Now that's just plain brilliant. One of the best inventions made for transporting art supplies was this little Waterbrush. As you can see here, you just give it a little squeeze to get the water flowing, and then it warms up your materials just like paint. It's great for cleaning as it only takes a little extra squeeze of fresh water to brush off the color you've been using. Our next supply is misting spray. In order to have transportable misting spray, you must first find the perfect container. These little guys are from Ranger. The colors that you see mixed up were made with acrylic paint and lots of water. Remember, you can use watercolor, little bits of gelato, or acrylic paint along with water shaken very well to create a really soft and subtle mist for backgrounds of your pages. Now on to one of my favorites, washi tape. Fun with washi tape begins with finding lots of variety. When you're on the go, that might be a hard task. But choose a few different colors, maybe some coordinating, so that you can decorate your pages, make tabs, or even edge the page. Always make room for the basics. In your pack, you always want to make sure you have a pair of scissors, along with a variety of glue sticks. Sometimes I just pack a small Elmer's, but like these two containers, they work great in small areas. The Zig pen is a chisel tip. The small point of the chisel tip comes in handy when you're creating tip-ins, say layering a few pieces together. I also really rely on it if I have stickers that aren't sticky enough. A final use is when I'm creating tabs. Sometimes I just glue them to the edge of my paper. That's when this glue comes in handy. It's more of a liquid glue with an applicator that helps to spread it out. Another basic material you'll want to have in your carry pack are highlighters. I particularly like these gel-based highlighters that go on smooth and leave very little residue. And don't forget your favorite colored pencils. I'm a big fan of Bible journaling with premium colored pencils, but when you're on the go, why risk losing them? Instead, rely on these awesome twistable colored pencils. And hey, you won't even need a sharpener. Next up, colored fineliner pens. When you're considering Bible journaling on the go, it's really tempting to pack in as many supplies as you can. That's never more true for me with these fineliner pens I use very often for lettering. But if you know your color wheel, you'll know that there are 6 basic colors. If you throw in a neutral or 2, you'll have just enough to cover all of your basic needs. And since I mentioned the color wheel, printing one off and adding it to your pack is a great way to always reference color. Watercolor pencils are another great alternative to packing paint. Watercolor pencils, like Gelatos, are a great alternative to packing paint. These pencils color like a colored pencil, but when mixed with your Waterbrush, they can do all sorts of creative work for you. Date stamper and ink pad. Although it's definitely not a necessity, it's really fun to carry a date stamper and a black ink pad. And why not also throw in a few packs of acrylic stamps? They will fit perfectly right here in the big section. The blending sponge. Although any sponge will do, this handled sponge by Ranger is definitely a favorite. It comes with removable sponge pad tips, which allow you to change for each color that you might be blending. These are great for gelatos, but can also be used with other various mediums. In fact, they're great with mini stencils. Using mini stencils with gelatos, misting spray, or other materials can really add great effects to the backgrounds of your Bible pages. And don't forget, simply tracing the shapes can also allow you to create illustrations with confidence. That's right, baby wipes. A small pack of baby wipes like this one can really come in handy for any accidents you might have while journaling on the go. You can use these over stencils to remove material, but you can also clean your hands and keep your workspace clean and clear and free of any mess that might occur. Just a few more things not to forget. Although it might seem silly, there's often times I sit down to work and realize I've forgotten a pencil. Be sure to also pack a sharpener like this one that catches all of the shavings. And just like many of us who have little black dresses in the closet, you must remember your favorite black pen. Asking me which little black pen is my favorite? That's like asking me which of my boys I love more. It's impossible. I love them all. But this little guy from Tombow has a great point tip for fine work and a flexible brush for the big stuff. Don't forget about all the small things. This 4-part stackable container was found in the jewelry making section of my craft store. I love it for storing things like tab punch-outs, paper clips, and the tips to my sponge that I showed you earlier. It's really a perfect storage container. Well, I hope that was helpful. I look forward to seeing all the wonderful pages you create this summer while you're journaling on the go. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and look us up on Facebook for more.